يدعون إلى الخير ويأمرون بالمعروف وينهون عن المنكر وأولئك هم المفلحون.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah's peace, blessings, and mercy be upon you. Social relationships are something that encourage us to do better. Something that encourages us as human beings. We want to be part of something. We want to have a sense of belonging. We want to enjoy the company of others. Today I want to remind us all about something that destroys the peace in social relationships. Backbiting. Backbiting. I'm sure you've heard it all. I'm sure you've heard all of the verses in the Quran and the ahadith on how terrible backbiting is. And you know how bad it is. So let's ask ourselves a question. Why is it that sometimes we find ourselves saying something negative about somebody else? The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ was asked, if I say something about my brother or my sister that's true, is that backbiting? The Prophet said yes. If they don't want you to say it, that's backbiting. If it's a lie, that's slander. That's something totally different. Today we want to talk about how you share something about somebody they don't want you to share. You reveal something bad about somebody else that they don't want you to say. Think about it. How many times have you said things that are borderline backbiting? You don't know if it was really backbiting because you're a good person. You wouldn't intentionally say something wrong about your friend or your family or a loved one or even somebody you barely even know. But those borderline backbitings, those things where we kind of doubt, did I do something bad here? So let's take that for a moment. And as I remind you, how we can slowly start to end backbiting. Because sometimes it's just, some people say it's just natural. It just happens so quick. I didn't really think about it, it just happened. Usually it's because the impression that we've formed of somebody else is a negative one. And just think about it for a second. You backbite somebody because you have a negative opinion of them. But maybe, just maybe, your negative opinion of them is because somebody backbited them to begin with. And so now the cycle continues. How many good people are continuously being slandered even because of a few people backbiting? And so stop and think about it for a second. You said something a little negative about the person. What impact did that have on the impression of the person you're saying it to? That's where you really want to focus. Is not the backbiting, but the impact of the backbiting. And so allow me to remind you and provide a small suggestion. You know it's haram. You know it destroys societies. You know how terrible it is. So, prove to Allah that you don't want to do it anymore. Think about somebody you've backbited and write down all the negative things you think about them. And then try to challenge every single one of them. Try to find more about that person. If you find the person is rude or arrogant or stuck up or whatever it is, then try to find all of those characteristics that are the opposite of how you view them. Perhaps it'll become natural for you to say good things about people rather than bad things. Inshallah, this was impactful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وَلْتَكُن مِّنكُمْ أُمَّةٌ يَدْعُونَ إِلَى الْخَيْرِ وَيَأْمُرُونَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَيَنْهَوْنَ عَنِ الْمُنكَرِ وَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ